Greetings, Kindred. I am Voivode Maquette, and welcome back to our World of Darkness and another episode of Level by Level Blood Sorcery. And tonight we're going to be going over the Level 3 power of Scorpion's Touch. This is definitely something taken from just the original Quietus and brought in as a power that either the Tremere or Banu Hakim can use, but it is definitely aimed towards the assassination purposes that the Banu Hakim used to pride themselves on. The book states, the vampire can transmute some of their blood into a paralyzing poison, capable of affecting mortals and vampires alike. They can use this ichor to coat bladed weapons, or even spit it at a target. Scorpionated blood incapacitates affected mortals, while hampering vampires, if not necessarily rendering them helpless. Specific breathing and biofeedback exercises practiced by some secret societies from the best defense against blood, aside from fortitude. That's very interesting because there's a lot there. There is a lot there. The idea of specific breathing exercises and biofeedback being the best defense against this, it really does leave a lot to the imagination. I liked how it also says aside from fortitude. The cost is 1 or more rouse checks, so this is going to be something that you can build on as you go. The dice pool is strength plus blood sorcery versus the stamina plus occult or fortitude of the target. And there that is again. The idea of someone who is not Tremere, who is not Banu Hakim, who does not have much need for occult, taking occult simply for defensive purposes on this one. I like the idea of people building their characters exactly what they should have, but without occult, this could very well end up being a very negative experience for a character. The system states, the user concentrates for a turn and forces blood through an open, usually self-inflicted wound. Each rouse check's worth of poison made takes a turn and emits enough blood to coat one bladed melee weapon. Stickily. Or to fill one mouthful to be spat at a foe. Spitting poison at someone involves a dexterity plus athletics attack roll, which can be dodged like any ranged attack. Although vampires have been known to French kiss a victim and transmit the poison that way. Even more subtle vampires scorpionate their blood to poison would-be Diablerists. Drinking poison blood from the vein guarantees a hit. Aside from such vein-to-fang transmission, however, scorpionated blood is a contact poison that sublimes away in liquids and is too viscous to inject with a syringe. The user cannot poison beverages with it or, thanks to pressure differential, inject it by their own bite. Arrowheads and bullets carry too little blood to use this power with ranged weapons. The effect does not last long enough for the user to fill hollow bullets with scorpionated blood. If the poison hits, the user rolls a contest of strength plus blood sorcery versus stamina plus occult. Vampires with fortitude may resist with stamina plus fortitude. If the user wins, the poison does the margin in aggravated health damage to mortals, and in non-halved superficial health damage to vampires. A mortal who takes even 1 point of damage collapses unconscious. So, that is a lot to take in, first off. I want to point that out. I do want to point out that this discipline is a multi-test discipline. And it's something that I don't feel is explained very well in this. If you spit this at someone, you have to perform a dexterity plus athletics test, which they can dodge, and then your strength plus blood sorcery after that if it hits. If you are attacking somebody with a sword, with this power affecting the sword, then you have to perform a dexterity plus melee attack. And then if it hits and does the damage, then you also have to perform this strength plus blood sorcery. I know that sounds really weird, but if you stop and look at it, it says, if the poison hits, the user rolls the contest of strength plus blood sorcery. That's something that could be very easily overlooked on this, because it's a very long-winded thing. But the idea of, I'm going to hit you with this, you are going to take this melee damage, and then you are going to throw another test, and then you are going to take the margin of that in aggravated for humans and non-halved superficial damage for Kindred. That can be a lot. That can be a lot when you stop and think about it. So I personally think that the need to attack doubly is important with this one, and it makes a lot of sense. The duration is the poison remains potent for one scene. So this is one of those things that you can't overly prepare for. You can't go into your room and just have a whole bunch of vials waiting for you. This is something that needs to be prepped as you go. I would like to know if everybody follows the book rules as written, as I have stated in this, or if they skip over it completely. Is this the kind of thing that in your game you tend to just do, oh, I'm spitting at you, you take the damage margin at that point, and you don't do the extra strength plus blood sorcery? Or I'm hitting you with a sword and you're taking the damage margin, because that wouldn't really make any sense as it is, because you're hitting them with a melee weapon and the poison. Anyway, just want to know exactly how you guys are doing it out of random curiosity. I am Voivode Maquette, and thank you for joining me in this look at Scorpion's Touch on the level by level blood sorcery playlist. Class dismissed.